What's up, YouTube? What's going on? I'm Jav Vasquez here with my brother Jordan and Uncle Lou. Today we are going to discuss episode 5 of Hoops with JV podcast. Today's topics we're going to discuss is obviously with Damian Lillard returning to the Portland Trail Blazers, the LA Clippers, Chris Paul returning as well to a former team. Will it be enough for them to compete for a playoff championship? I guess we'll see. The Golden State Warriors, what is going on in the Bay? They haven't made any noise in the offseason. Should we be concerned? And the WNBA, how can we make it better? And as always, please hit that like, subscribe button for us. Thank you so much for your support. For those who have recently joined us, thank you so much for your love. Much appreciated. And yeah, spread the word. And if you guys have any topics or any comments that you want to discuss, feel free to just put it in the chat and we'll try to make it happen. So yeah, I will get us started with the first topic, which is Damian Lillard. So he returns to Portland. What will the Blazers look like going into the upcoming season? And what can we expect from them in the next few years? So I will start with you, Jordan.
Yeah, for me, I think with the Portland Trailblazers this upcoming season, I feel like they're gonna truly develop. Especially have some key veterans coming into this team. Like you have Damian Lillard, of course, and then you have Drew Holiday. Although it sucks to see Damian Lillard not being part of the upcoming season due to his torn Achilles injury, but yeah, then you have a improving Scoot Henderson coming to the season, and then definitely improved Shaden Sharp, and um, you got Matisse Thybulle coming back, and Robert Williams. So like this upcoming season is pretty exciting to see how the Blazers gonna how they're gonna perform out. But expecting them to be a playoff team, I feel like they're gonna be a play-in team this upcoming season. Although if you
Really?
have Damian Lillard on your team playing for you, well, you're gonna definitely see them as a playoff team.
I
Oh,
think
okay.
with the situation with Damian Lillard, like like first of all he signed a 3 year, $43 million contract, and like it includes like a player option 27, 28, no trade clause. But because of I worry because he's got a torn Achilles, and it's usually it's not a good result. I'm just worried about his health. That's all.
So obviously, let's assume next season he's not there. What do you think we can expect from him, Uncle Lou, this following season after upon his return? How much noise do you think Portland can make?
But like I said, I don't. It doesn't sound like it's going to be anything special because like Damian Lillard is going to be doing a lot of I think recovery. But who can tell? Like it's 3 years, you know. Like his role, he's expected to provide leadership for young players,
Yeah.
like Scoot Anderson and Shaden Sharp. But we'll see how it goes because if he's not playing, if he's not healthy, then that's it looks grim at the moment
Do you
for me.
think do you think with the team that they have currently constructed, obviously there's a lot of young guys there. Let's just put you in the scenario if you were, let's say you were the franchise player of this team, and every year you try to compete for the playoffs, and it hasn't been successful. Either you're not making the playoffs or you're not getting past the first round,
Yeah,
and you're starting to get younger as you're getting older, and
yeah,
so you decide you want to go out to a team that is competing. And as you see what's happened with Milwaukee, the run that they've had haven't had any luck due to health, obviously
yeah.
for obvious reasons. Now coming back to the same team, do we really expect anything different, from your opinion?
No, not really. No, but he expressed his gratitude, like to be back home. It's a good thing. It never felt right for him to be away from Portland. That's what he said. Like,
Absolutely.
and he's looking forward to like rehabbing his injury. But like it's a funny thing because the head coach Chauncey Billups, he joked that Lillard will be the highest paid assistant coach this season because like working with him during his rehab. So I I I probably won't be seeing him a lot on the court, but he'll doing a lot of mentoring, I reckon.
No. No, I agree. I totally agree. Did you want to add anything else, Jordan?
No, I truly agree with what Louis said.
Yeah, all good. So I think for me, I like this move for Damian. Just Damian purely gets to be home, gets to be with his kids, his family.
Yeah.
It's like I said it previously earlier when the news came out. It's like like LeBron returning to Cleveland or Kevin Garnett returning to Minnesota. It's just so cool to see you come back to the team that you started with, and how you want to end it. Obviously, I feel like that's where he's gonna start and end his career.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
same with Dwayne Wade.
Like
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade, yeah. It's like a farewell, but
Yeah.
you're just going over the bang with the same team, regardless of the results. I like it for him. I'm really happy for him. I really do hope he recovers like 100% going into the upcoming season, and then hopefully whatever pieces they pick up or whatever piece they can retain and then add during this upcoming season, they can add so that they can try at least to do something when he gets back. So we'll see how we go with that one.
Good luck to him.
All right, I'm going to move on to the next topic now. So the LA Clippers, they've added additional depth by signing CP3, Chris Paul, back for a 1-year deal. We all know that next year is going to be Chris Paul's last year. He's looking to retire after the 25-26 season. And from adding this move, do you think it was a perfect fit for the Clippers? Uncle Lou, I'll start with you.
Oh, okay. Well, Chris Paul joined the LA Clippers. Yeah, it's like a 1-year deal. Yeah, like for his final NBA season. He's 40 years old now, so he'll come off the bench. He'll be providing mentorship and support to younger players like Kawhi Leonard and
James
Harden. Yeah.
Just a heads up though, with this team, everyone's looking around and they feel like this is a really, really old team. So from your perspective, if I'm going into the season with these veterans, like they're really old, like I'm talking over the 30s, like everyone's almost at or past their prime. Do you think they have enough against the younger teams like your Oklahoma City, your Houston Rockets, and so forth?
Well, I mean, like with names like this, of course, man, they'll always have a chance. These are great players, man, and I think they have the advantage of like their experience. That are like I wouldn't categorize them as veterans just yet, because I think they still have a lot of legs left with them. So I think they still have the advantage over the young players at this point.
Okay,
that's my opinion.
Yeah. No worries. Oh, I agree. Jordan, what about you?
For me, I really like the addition of Chris Paul to the team, especially along with John Collins, especially the upcoming signing of Bradley Beal to the team. Looking into the Clippers season, I feel like they can really make a good title run, especially have these key pieces, these good mentors. The only thing that's going to be stopping them is injuries, like health-wise. Like if they can fully become healthy throughout the entire season, create perfect chemistry, go into the playoffs, they can definitely win it all. Yeah, especially the last playoffs, like they took Denver to 7 games, and it shows you that like they were just missing a few pieces. Adding more firepower to this team prior to this upcoming season shows you that they added what they were missing from last season. And if they can somewhat create good chemistry this season moving forward, well, they definitely have a chance against a young OKC team, a Houston Rockets team, or any other Western Conference title contenders.
Absolutely, I completely agree. Yeah, I like the addition of CP3. It's not just that. Obviously, the Bradley Beals, your John Collins, Brook Lopez being a backup center.
And Norman Powell.
Yeah. The Norman Powell one, it's sad because they had to trade him in order to get John Collins. So you lose a bit of offense in the shooting guard position, but you added depth everywhere else. Like I'm looking at this team, it's very well balanced. Like when I say well balanced, You've got James Harden as your point guard, then you got CP3 coming off the bench to substitute Harden, and then they could pretty much play around in the 1 and the 2 come fourth quarter time. I reckon they'll be in the 1 and the 2, just like in Houston. I reckon they'll be doing that dynamic duo along with Kawhi. This move kind of, obviously, it tells me with the Clippers that they're going all in next season. Because I'm looking at them, I don't see any drafts. I don't see any youngins in this team that they're going to try to build around once these players are gone. Like, it feels like they just have no choice but to go all in every season with Kawhi being there. Yeah. The crazy part I like is, if you've noticed, it's crazy that there are some particular players who deserve a lot of money that the teams chose not to sign specifically because they budgeted that same amount of money to grab these players. Like, I was looking at a topic where Paul George was asking for X amount of millions, right? Instead of the Clippers paying him that money, they used that to acquire these 3 players or 4 players and so forth. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing with there was another example. I'm trying to remember the tip of my tongue, where pretty much these players that instead of overpaying them, you're using that money right to grab more pieces. It's like salary sacrifice. It's like that's what James Harden is doing. Yeah. And I like that for James Harden, because that's the reason why these players that we're talking about now are in this team in the first place. It's because someone or multiple people are taking less so that to get others involved. And that tells me that, he really wants to win a championship.
Yeah.
So I'm really, as much as I am as a Laker fan, I'm gonna have to go with the other LA team this season, because I like CP3 back home. I like his game. I like him and Kawhi together. It's gonna be exciting, and I just hope, to go with your point, guys. I really hope they're healthy, and no injuries derail them.
Also, despite the fact, Kawhi Leonard, he also expressed his disappointment after the Clippers lost to Nuggets in Game 7. But I think he's expected to be a key player for the team this season, man. It's gonna be good.
Obviously the X factor wasn't just James Harden missing. Shots just weren't going in. It was a really a mono match in Game 7. Everyone's gonna point the finger obviously at James Harden for not showing up in these key moments last season. But with the addition to these players that we mentioned, it should, theoretically on paper as well, it should be enough now, especially with a lot of injuries going around the league, that they have a fighting chance with neck and neck with Houston and the Denver Nuggets, along with obviously Oklahoma City, because Oklahoma City is obviously the team to beat, but because of the older teams adding these new players, they're obviously trying to become juggernauts themselves. So it's pretty much a juggernaut of all the old teams. So we'll see what happens.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Is anyone else want to have anything to add?
Nah, pretty much that's it for the Clippers.
Yeah, all good. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go on to the next topic now. So the Golden State Warriors, I think since free agency, they haven't had any noise, no moves during the offseason, no trades.
Yeah.
Still nothing going on. We still don't know what's actually going on with Jonathan Kuminga. So
Jonathan Kuminga,
yeah. So I'm gonna ask anyone to what do you think is going on with the Bay? Like, how are we looking?
Man, the Warriors they're in a stalemate at the moment with of course with the free agent Jonathan Kuminga, who rejected the contract offers because he's seeking possible sign-in trade deal, and I think he wants to go to Chicago or Sacramento. I think
pretty much any. I feel like he wants to go to any team that's worth it. That's worth paying him that much. Do you think he's worth the money he's worth? That he's asking for, Uncle Lou?
Only time will tell, because it's still like I've only seen him in a couple of games, but he still hasn't made a significant impact on the game for me anyway.
Yeah, based on those experience of those games, do you think he has the potential to be owed that money in the future?
He's a very promising player, I reckon.
What about you,
to negotiate for a higher pay. I don't know. I don't see it at the moment. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, I feel like when it comes to the Golden State Warriors, the key reason why they don't want to offer him the money that he's asking for is, one, he's not a team player. He is a player that wants to shine on his own spotlight. And knowing that if you're going to be in Golden State, you have to actually be willing to sacrifice your own spotlight and share spotlights with your teammates to build chemistry. Whereas, like for instance, you see how Draymond Green's shining on his own on his own way because he chose to become a playmaker rather than scoring. And like with Jonathan Kuminga, like he doesn't want to be that type of player to be setting screens the entire rest of his career. Whereas he wants to be able to have plays for himself. He wants to be a scoring option. He wants to be that player on the team. And for him to be seeking what 20 million per year is kind of, let's say, a daydreaming. That's a scenario where
Yeah.
you're not going to expect this team that drafted you to offer you this much, knowing that, you know, we don't see you being that type of player to
Yeah.
commit and to helping us win. So
Yeah.
I understand the situation where Jonathan Kuminga sees himself where he doesn't feel like he can expand or grow in this team. So like if you put him into a different team and he can shine, he can definitely show that he has the potential to become the player that, the money that he's asking for is going to be worth it. And to me, like if he's gonna like knowing that he's not gonna be suiting up for Golden State, well, it's kind of a loss for Golden State knowing that you had a decent player. It's just that you didn't give him the spotlight to shine or to grow.
Yeah.
So like for me with that situation, Golden State, I feel like it's pretty fucked up because like for me, as soon as Jonathan Kuminga leaves and ends up on another team, he's definitely gonna improve and show why he is who he say he is. So yeah, looking at it, Golden State's just in a deep shithole at the moment.
Do you think this is all
So,
self-inflicted?
huh?
Do you think this is self-inflicted? Like, do you think the Golden State Warriors organization is doing this to themselves? It's not the players or the media that's hurting
Yeah,
them.
it's pretty much themselves because like like throughout these years, it's like the way I see Golden State Warriors, they don't let the media, they don't let the players, you know, affect the team's roster or how they manage the entire team. Because like the Golden State's management has always been like this, just bringing in players, cutting off players that they deem so, thinking that these players aren't gonna help us make it all the way, and like it's all about just finding out, like scouting the right players to fit in this team. So looking at it, yeah, it is a self-inflicted situation whereas like Golden State's literally just doing this to themselves.
And I think there's also a reason why, like Jonathan Kuminga is looking like to trade with other teams because there's something. It's like the chemistry. Something doesn't feel right for him probably.
Yeah,
No, I agree.
and for me, I feel like the reason why Golden State didn't make any moves this season is because they're trying to clear cap space for the next season, whereas there's going to be bigger free agent markets for like big guys, for all stars to be available
Yeah.
during that time, and they
Yeah.
definitely have the money to offer them.
Yeah, I think they're just waiting for the right opportunity at the moment. So that's why they're stalemate. They don't want to make any major decisions
Yeah,
at the moment.
like for instance, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like
Yeah.
if you're to trade for him right now, you'd have to give up your star players on that team,
Yeah.
or your important key role players on that team. Whereas if you prepare your financial budgets right now, prior to when he's available in the market, you don't have to give up these assets you have now. You can just get him by offering the money that you've been saving to get him. So
Right.
that's the only thing I see with Golden State is that, we're not willing to sacrifice what we have to get this player, but if we can get him later on while we still have these pieces, we try to do it that way.
And also they with the contract negotiations as well. Like the Warriors are trying to manage their salary cap. They're
Yeah.
paying Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler a combined 113.7 million some next season. So and yeah, signing Kaminga with his his desired $30 million a year.
Yeah.
I think that would be it would be a financial burden.
See, and I think the problem with that statement about paying Jimmy and Steph that amount of money, when we watched this playoffs series last season, Jimmy to me didn't show up or nor wanted to will that team to go to Game 6 for Steph Curry to even try and come back and try to force them into 7 games. So when you say that he's owed that 100 million, that is a bit of a pain because this is we just literally the last topic we just talked about was that money, that how you're spending it will determine the team. It tells me much about you. So with I'm hearing both of you. The one thing that I'm a bit there's something that contradicts both of what you're saying, where someone says found that Steve Kerr was saying that they're trying to optimize Steph Curry every year. They're building every roster, they're just retooling, they're just grabbing pieces here and there to try and make them a contender going into the playoffs. But then I understand that part, but when you guys are saying they're trying to clear up cap space for the next season, so how are you optimizing every year if you're already thinking about the future? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the thing that I hate about overpaying. I feel like it's overpaying certain players.
Yeah. I think what I think is at this point, like the Warriors, I think they might target a serviceable center with playoff experience or a defensive minded guard to improve the roster depth, I reckon.
Do you think there's anything out there, Jordan, that would be able to in the market right now? It's getting pretty dry at this point. Is there even anything there for them to add?
Nah, at this point, there's basically no one that can help them, unless they just try to trade for certain players that can definitely help them out. But in the free agent market, well, I don't see anyone that best suits them.
Yeah, there's also speculations, about the Warriors' interest, like you said, with Giannis Antetokounmpo, and they're linked to other players as well, like DeMarcus Cousins. I think he's praised the team's treatment of players and their families. I think they treat their players really well.
Yeah, I really question what Golden State is trying to do. I'm trying to focus on this season. I don't really care about 2 seasons, 3 seasons from now. Because obviously the players that we all mentioned, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, Steph Curry, they're not getting any younger. So if you're saying you're trying to clear cap space going into the season after this upcoming one, they're going to be 2 years older. So they're already going to be way more declined than they currently are. Do you think the roster that they have gives them a fighting chance even without Kuminga? Let's say there's nothing there. Do you really think they have enough to even make the play-in? In both your opinions?
Yeah, definitely. If you look at it this way, you can see how when they acquired Jimmy Butler, they basically benched Jonathan Kuminga, and you can see how exciting the upcoming games were when they were having Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Quinton Post on the court along with Moses Moody. You can definitely see that this team is still a contending team that can go up against other teams. And yeah, for me, they can definitely still be a playoff team rather than a play-in team. Because in a way, like as long as you have Steph Curry, Draymond Green on your team, and if Jimmy Butler can have that killer instinct again, you're definitely gonna see them definitely become title contenders this season. Regardless if they don't have any bigs, um, they're gonna definitely try to see how they can make things work.
So even though they've lost, and remember they've also lost Kevon Louis, so they've already they didn't have enough help last season, and they've just lost
Yeah.
another player that helped
Mhm.
them. So they're in a lot more bigger hole than they were last season.
Yeah. But even looking at it this way, man, like they still have the trade deadline. So like half the season, they have so much things to work on, and if things don't work on from then, they can definitely try finding a right player or a better piece that can, help them get into the playoffs or get all the way into the playoffs. So for me, yeah, I'm just pretty excited to see how the Golden State Warriors start out and see how they finish.
I think for me, personally, in my opinion, they're not at a good place at the moment. They just stalemate. But yeah,
Wait to see.
let's see what happens, man.
Yeah, I'm worried because I don't want to see, especially the twilight of the years of all these superstars. I don't want to see them go down not making the playoffs. And
Yeah.
you can see right now all these, especially Steph's in his situation last year, the year before, up until now. That tells me that you're asking these veterans to put in more work on the
Yeah.
offensive side, and
Yeah,
then you've
yeah.
got the supporting cast on the defensive end, but they can't really contribute because they don't have the same firepower as you.
Yeah,
But we'll see. I hope they can figure it out with the Kuminga thing, or get some other pieces to try and help take the burden off of the offense. Because that's my only concern with them. The names you mentioned, Moses Moody, Quinton Post, and all that stuff. The development is just to me, if I'm Steph, I don't have time for people to develop. I need stuff. I need players now. I need veterans now. Wouldn't you guys agree? What would you say?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. I mean, knowing that Steph's years are really numbered. I mean, I don't see him playing above 38, 39 years old. Especially how he's a point guard. Like, the energy that you have to exert on the court is you have to keep up with the young guys, definitely sprint, especially knowing Steph, how he plays. Well, you definitely, age is going to be a huge factor towards
Yeah.
him. So, like, if he could definitely maximize and get the right players for him now, would be definitely the right time to do it now, knowing, he's what, 36, turning 37 this
Mm.
year. So, yeah, like,
You wouldn't
Golden
really
State
say
can
like
definitely,
yeah. He's
th-
not like you wouldn't really say like he's washed up. He's not worth it anymore. But
Mhm.
he's worth a significant amount, but not. I think he's sort of I wouldn't say on a decline, but the firepower. I think a lot of players have already figured out, how he plays and stuff, and that sort of uh, watered down his firepower a little bit, But
Yeah,
that's how I see it.
yeah. That's the thing that's why I'm concerned because he doesn't have the team that he used to have in those championship runs to help him.
Yeah,
Is what we're trying to is what we're saying. And so he's pretty much it's like 2-on-5 on the court most of the time.
yeah, yeah, and he's carrying a lot.
Mm.
It's a big responsibility.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think it would have been different if the management had still been Bob instead of Mike Dunleavy, Jordan?
um, for me, I really prefer Bob's time with Golden State because he brought in so many decent players rather than Mike Dunleavy. Although the situation with Bob's choice of roster that time for me was like he definitely maximized all of the financials, all of the budget that Golden State had to offer to get really good players onto that team. Whereas, like looking right now with the Mike Dunleavy management with Golden State, where you can see they you only have like what three all-stars on that team, but you're missing the supporting cast.
Yeah.
So like I feel like with the way Mike Dunleavy's um constructing this team is nowhere near to how Bob would have managed the team if he were still here.
Okay.
I agree. Yes.
No worries. I guess we'll see. All right. The last topic that I want to talk about.
Hang on.
So yeah, what does it say? The meeting will end in 14 minutes.
Don't worry about that.
Hang on.
Okay, sweet.
It's falling flat. I mean, it's chances.
All good.
Jesus Christ, Nino.
Yeah, we just got this one last topic, and yeah, it'll be a quick one. So last topic that I want to discuss, WNBA. The league is all over the place. The All-Star game, they're rocking up with the whole pay us what you owe us t-shirts.
Yeah.
Yet they're not really generating as much income or even, paying the players right. So just from the outside looking in, what do you think could help the WNBA, try to get in that level of, revenue and stuff like that? Obviously, the obvious suggestion that everyone's put out is lower the rims.
Yeah, I was about to say
They're gonna say
the
that.
exact same thing. Yeah. Put it
players
like 8 foot.
They don't like that.
For rims.
Yeah, they don't like that. So let's just assume that doesn't fix it. What could you say could fix it?
Well,
We'll start off with you, John.
Oh my God. Being honest, like the way I see the WNBA, truly market themselves better and generate more revenue so that the players can earn more money is one. I feel like they should definitely, like, for me, I agree with what most people say is actually do lower the rims, because like it's not that fascinating to watch games where on a fast break you just do these fucking weird layups. Like who's this one player who I saw like on a fast break layup did a fucking 360 layup and fucking celebrates as if she fucking did a windmill behind the back over the legs
She
dunk.
thought she was John Wall in the car. She thought she was Paul George up in.
And like people are like, like this is the exact same, like this is the exact reason why we don't watch y'all, because y'all be doing the most weirdest fucking shit and fucking hyping yourselves up over this fucking stupid layup. And and one more thing is like I feel like they should definitely like play with the same size of basketball with the NBA players, because like it's pretty unfair with that 3-point contest where Sabrina faced
Steph.
Steph Curry, where she was using a smaller ball, Steph Curry was using a bigger ball, and like I feel like that's one more reason, because like that's what people also say with these WNBA players, where they are using a smaller ball, it's easier for them to shoot and stuff. I feel like like it's like the competition for you guys is easier than in the NBA competition, because first off, you guys are using a smaller and lighter ball compared as the NBA players. Yeah, they have it more difficult because like they have a bigger ball and still the same size of the basketball.
Yeah.
So like
it's like putting a tennis ball in the hoop.
Yeah. So for me, like, yeah, I feel like the only reason, like the only way you guys can create revenue is one, either you guys get generational talent to play for your team. Sorry, not for your team, for your association, or you just lower your rims and let everyone dominate.
For one dunk.
Yeah, but
what about you, Uncle Luke?
it's like if you put it this way, they're gonna look like those leagues where they use trampoline to jump to the
slam ball. They did the trampoline, dunk and
yeah. But
yeah. I think
even
that
slam ball can generate more money than that.
Man, I missed that league.
But it's just I don't mean like it might come off as like we're making fun of the WNBA, but it's just for me, like female sports, I don't really find it exciting. Although there are some exciting players out there. You have you have Reese, you have Caitlin, you have Sophie, and
Angel
they
Wilson.
come from
Yeah.
the great team. They're good players, yeah. But it's funny because someone suggested that the only way to make this exciting is when,
No, there
when they,
is.
when they st- no, when they start wearing bikinis on the plane.
Oh,
It might be offensive to some people, but it's
Yeah.
it's funny. But for me, I don't see any other way to help the sport but that.
yeah. I mean,
It's
that's
like
fair.
it's like
Yeah.
put someone put someone sexy or something.
Yeah, women. This is what they think about when they go. I think for me, it's a bit unfair. They're a bit of an unfair bias because, again, to your points, the rims are the same, yet the balls are different sizes. They should be treated with the same ball, especially because the way that it looks, based on what they have, you just put a regular D League guy in there, they would dominate.
Yeah.
Is what we're looking at. No offense to the women. It's just that because you guys have
Yeah,
you guys have
no offense, but
if you guys don't have the same equipment as we do. So I think if the league had given them a chance with the same ball, then we could see that because they're saying, oh, we could beat NBA players, but you guys are using different.
they're always demanding to be like treated fairly.
Yeah.
And it's
So-
like, yeah, we treated you fairly. You have standard height ring. You have the standard official size ball.
Yeah.
All the rules are the same, and nothing's changed. I think they all just need to like step up and be exciting.
See, and I think
No,
the dunking
mhm.
is overrated. I don't think it's not just about dunking. I think it's more about the stories that they tell
Yeah.
and the rivalries. I think we have more rivalries in that court or in the WNBA would have been like obviously Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark is the most obvious example.
Yeah.
Despite of what they're young and despite what Ray Joyce is doing to herself as a character, she's building character into the league that people want to watch her. As much as they want to make fun of her, she's putting them like her and Kayla. They're putting them on the map. And I think if we had more people or more narratives or more stories within like that league, I feel like that would make more audiences engage.
You know what? The female basketball players, they're more fundamentally sound with their shooting than NBA. Like they can shoot like really good. They can drive the basket, but it's just for me it's not that exciting to look at. You need to you need to have that flair, man. You need to have that excitement. I think that's what it's all about. And I think the women, of course, are demanding more pay, but they also need to step up a little bit, make the game a little bit more exciting,
I mean, at the end of the day, for me, like one thing I want to add is that you guys can't be saying that you guys are owed money, blah blah blah, because looking at it this way, your price tickets are way cheaper than what NBA game cost. Second, if WNBA teams decide to increase their ticket games, do you think someone would be watching, especially if it's not the star players that are playing, like
No,
if it's
I
not
don't think so.
Caitlin Clark, if it's not Sabrina Ionescu, if it's not Angel Reese, like
Angel
would you
Wilson.
pay like $1,000 to sit
The
not in the
chance of
court
slim.
side to watch? So like, how are you guys gonna expect to be paid if you look at it this way? No one's gonna be willing to watch if you guys increase your tickets. The reason why
Yeah.
you guys are only getting this amount of money is because this is what people can afford to watch you guys, and like this is the only
Value that
thing like you guys are worth. Like
Yeah.
I'm not trying to downgrade women, especially
No, not at all.
WNBA.
Yeah,
But
no,
like
no.
looking at
It's
it
just
this way,
it's just the
like
truth.
it's just like like you can't be blaming the association for not paying you what you guys think you guys are owed, because at the end of the day, this is what you guys can only like
Provide
get
for
from
us
other
to make it
people.
work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's gotta be
exactly. So like
performance based.
yeah. So like if you look this way, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are a prime example on how to actually increase your market and how to get people to watch you guys and how to make the WNBA exciting.
Yeah,
So like yeah, especially how you added Paige Beckers, and then hopefully next season they're gonna add Juju, who suffered a
Yeah, torn
I think a
ACL, yeah.
torn ACL. So
Yeah.
like if you look at it this way, like as long as you keep adding like generational talents into the WNBA, that's when you're gonna start generating revenue. That's when you're gonna be able to increase your ticket prices. Because like looking this way, Indiana Fever games are actually expensive to watch, especially when you have Angel, you have Caitlin
Caitlin
Clark
Clark.
on your team.
Yep.
Yeah, and not only that, like if you look at it this way, Indiana Fever's revenue skyrocketed when they drafted Caitlin Clark. So like looking at it this way, they like that's one of the teams that deserve to pay their players because they're generating a lot of revenue.
yeah. You
So
need to
like
be exciting. There's got to be like
yeah,
that.
exactly. So looking at it this way, like the only way the WNBA can really pay players what they think they're worth is if they can bring something to the table, and it's themselves. Like if they can market themselves, they can bring more revenue. And then why not? Like why
Yeah.
wouldn't the
True.
WNBA pay these players?
I agree.
I think the only way to save them is like once they stop playing like men, like physical dunking, all these
Post
dazzling
up.
moves,
Yep.
yeah, post up and all that stuff. But people might consider it, but yeah, at this point, it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah. No, that's fair. No, I agree with both of you. The reason why I wanted to bring this topic up important is because obviously I feel like they deserve more. They're obviously they're going to get there. I just wanted people to notice that there's some people that do love watching the WNBA. Like for me, I'm a fan of them. I like watching them, especially obviously when the NBA season's over, we have nothing else to watch. WNBA season is kind of what comes after them, and it's entertaining to watch. To see how they are developing, and now they're having a bit of excitement there. I hope it continues. So yeah, just trying to look out for them. I want them to have equal pay as well, and not just the men. Like we go back to overpaying NBA players. We're not even looking at these WNBA players who work as hard as well, yet they're not getting paid the same amount. So I thought people should know that. This is their lives as well. Like this is their passion as well, and I think we should treat them the same. But yeah, I just that's all the stuff that I wanted to talk about, and I think everyone else that's out there, feel free to leave a comment, or let me know your opinions, what you think about the topics, and I really appreciate you guys coming, especially you, Jordan. Jordan currently is overseas right now. He will not be back for a few weeks, so for the next few episodes, we're going to be doing it like this. So I really appreciate you, man. Appreciate the time. We appreciate you
Of
guys.
course, man, definitely.
Yeah, so once again, I'm Jav Vasquez, and you're here with Uncle Lou and my brother Jordan. Here's another successful episode of Hoops with JV. And yeah, feel free to like, subscribe, and leave your comments. Yeah, spread the word. And I want us to be more engaged with everyone. So stay safe, everyone. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, peace
See you
out.
later.
see ya.